Ah, Overwatch. I had good memories of Overwatch in 2018, so how the fuck did they screw it up? Seriously, Blizzard, how did you manage to screw this up that badly? I mean, given that I didn't give a fuck about the meta in 2018, but at the same time I was 9, so I didn't give a fuck about most things. Like, come on, Blizzard. I don't know if you're busy with another sexual harassment charge or another lawsuit against whether a cowboy can be called McCree or fucking Cassidy, but, like, come on. Making Overwatch free to play and with a battle pass, you might as well just be copying Epic Games. Like, come on. This isn't fucking Fortnite minus the fort and building. Like, I know the argument against Overwatch back in 2016 was that it was a carbon copy of TF2. Rest in peace, by the way. That shit is dead. But now, I'd say it's just a carbon copy of every other free-to-play game that exists now. It's free-to-play, you slap on the free-to-play logo, you get tons of people coming in to play the game. They're all shit at the game, but they play it anyway. And then you've got the whole cosmetics thing making you money, along with the fucking Battle Pass system. I mean, Epic Games started it, but fuck them for starting it. And for the 5% of brainlets that watch this channel, that don't know what Overwatch is, let me clue you in. It's another FPS game, or first-person shooter game, where each hero has their own unique abilities and blah blah blah, cooldowns, you know all this shit. But you can trust what I'm saying, because I had a college assignment which made me explain what fucking video games are, so round fucking 2, I guess. But that's about it, to be honest. It used to be 6v6, but some dumbass at Blizzard thought, yeah, let's just remove one of the tanks. Why don't we do that? Let's make the game tons better, wouldn't it? Fucking of course it would. What's the difference between Overwatch 1 and 2, you ask? Well, they added a 2. That's about it, to be honest. I mean, they added 3 characters extra, but 2 of the characters are in the wrong fucking class. Let's start with Junker Queen. She's so mid that she might as well honestly just be Morbius the film incarnate. Her whole shtick is that she has a knife and she does damage over time, which is something that they just ripped off from Genji that they never gave him. It's not nearly as noticeable as something like Ash's fire, but it does damage, but not nearly as enough as it should if you want it to be useful. Her ability cooldowns are about as slow as my upload schedule. Shut up, I will make that joke whenever I can. So, you head off the knife throw, you get the DOT, but what does it matter? Her shotgun might as well be shooting fucking peas and carrots out of it. Now for character number 2, Kiriko. To sum her up, if she was a dish, the main part of the dish, like the meat or the fish, would be told to fuck off, and then the new main part of the dish would be a piece of fucking bread. For the idiots and brainlets in the back that didn't understand that analogy, let me explain. She's meant to be a healer, but she has the damage output equivalent of a normal DPS character. This is because the devs decided in their omniscience that giving her extra headshot damage would make her a better healer. And if you're looking for an exact amount of how much they increased her crit damage, then look to Google, because I ain't fucking doing it for you. And for those who have noticed, yes, I am playing Genji. If you have a problem with that, then fuck off and go back to your Bastion maining. I would be playing support, but the Sexual Harassment Central decided to fuck up competitive, which is, like, the most, like, popular part of the game, and made it so that the people who managed to do all 7 of their placements within the first few weeks of the game releasing would be automatically stuck in Bronze 5, which, if you don't know, is the lowest rank. But may I remind you, there are people who A, are meant to be there, and then there are B, people who are meant to be in top 300. Which means that casual gamer man 500 over there could be put in Bronze 5, which he rightfully should be, and then he could be going up against the world fucking champion and no one would know because Blizzard decided to put a tag that says Bronze 5 under his name. And not only that, but they got rid of the old leveling system. So that amazing, nice looking portrait that you grinded for fucking 6 years for, gone to waste. The only way to have a look at it is if you go into your fucking careers profile and it's right next to your name. That number isn't changing, by the way, and I will remind you every single time I make a video on this. It is not changing. To make matters worse, they removed the best game mode from the game, going from Overwatch 1 to 2. 2-point capture, which is where you literally capture 1 point, then you move on and capture another point. It was simple, but it was fun. And instead they replaced it with this stupid game mode where you have to push a robot. Well, not even push a robot, you need to make a robot push a fucking wall. What purpose does that serve? Who the hell knows? Maybe we'll know in the story. Oh wait, it's fucking delayed. And maybe by the time we actually get the story, we'll be able to make another fucking Cyberpunk game. And for those of you who are actually excited for the story of Overwatch, I don't know why you are, but you exist, apparently, somewhere. But, I don't know what to say to you, honestly, because I don't think it'll be coming out anytime this year. So you can probably expect to sit through your shitty Christmas music and wallow in the pain. And in Blizzard's omniscience, the people who bought the Origins edition of the first game, me included, have decided to throw all of the content that came with it into an abyss. And if you want to go into the abyss and reclaim your items, you have to pay an extra 50 quid. Yeah, fucking brilliant, isn't it? Once again showing that they just have removed stuff from Overwatch 1, put a price tag on it, and then added a 2 to the name of the game. If anything, they should add a price tag to the fucking game itself. Because believe it or not, games that you have to pay 50 fucking quid for nowadays are better than the ones that you don't have to pay anything for. Back in the days of original Overwatch 1, free-to-play games were fun. Because the companies that were running them had to be creative, they had to be innovative. They needed to be able to make money while also having a good game idea. Which led to games like Dauntless. They were okay. Not anything special, but they were okay. And then Fortnite came out, and then that fucking sold out everyone. And you can believe what I'm saying, because I took Business GCSE, which means fuck all, because it's basically just logic the subject. But I'm getting off topic. Back to Overwatch 2 now. I'm not sure which one is a more stupid lawsuit, the fact that C418 wanted to take his music back from his main selling point, or the fact that some family or some guy wanted to rename some cowboy in a game from McCree to whatever the hell because of whatever issues it was causing. If you can't already tell, I don't give a fuck about the McCree lawsuit because I couldn't care less. It's a name in a game. Even though they changed it to Cassidy, I'm still calling him McCree because that's what he is. This is more of a stupid change than most of their patches or balances that they add. Making fucking Sigma and his basic attack do about as much damage as the normal ICBM, and then Pharah with her fucking basic attack, which does more damage than the fucking Winter back in the 1800s. But no, Blizzard's main focus should be on Genji and how he has 30 shurikens and it should be changed to 27 and do slightly less damage, because that's definite. I remember coming back from school, turning on my shitty PS4, and then logging on to Overwatch and then trying to get my rank higher than Bronze fucking 4. Trying to grind out my Genji hours even though I was on a PS4 and not a keyboard and mouse. It was fun back then, it was a grind. There was nothing more to it. I didn't have to look at patch notes because I didn't know what they were. Believe it or not, the internet, I didn't use it. Unless I was on fucking stickgames.com, it didn't matter to me. And believe it or not, I was about as shit as I was Genji back then as I am about as shit as any tank I am now. It didn't matter though, because I was having fun. But then again, I was fucking 9, what did I know? If I was good, it didn't matter. If I was bad, it didn't matter. I was having fun. But now I have to be good to have fun, because that's how my brain fucking works now. Why is it like this? Why? Sorry about that, I got a bit, lost in the rant there. But as I was saying, Overwatch 1 was simple. It was new. It took something that Valve used and didn't want anymore, and it made it into a better game. because contrary to my beliefs at the time, TF2 was kind of boring. I never played the game at the time, but for some fucking reason, I thought it was a better game than Overwatch. At the moment, I think that Overwatch is miles better, despite the tons of bugs that it has and the really poor leadership at the moment. It's still miles better because, believe it or not, they do deal with hackers. If anything, this video is just a pure example of how game development companies can't make a fucking game.